Hello, everybody. Welcome to Masterpiece Inspirations, where we bring you inspirations to help you overcome the challenges of life and maximize your potentials to start living a purpose driven life. I'm still your host, Clems. I hope you had a lovely week, and so we're gonna be following up from our previous episodes. Today, I want to be discuss with you what I titled "How to Overcome Challenges" and how to overcome negative emotions as well. So, to start off, I've come to realize that in life, there is no school of thought or training that is, that people have to enroll and go through in order to master and be able to learn the craft of how to deal with the challenges and the adversities that we can face in life. And that means that when people face challenges, they will have to they will have to look inwards and then find a way to deal with such challenges. So on this edition, I want to be able to bring you some of the what I've been able to filter through. These are seven steps to help you deal with the negative emotions that comes when we go through the challenges of life. One thing is certain: nothing can ever prepare you for the inevitable situations of life. You know, when things happen, most of the time they are unexpected. So that means that how we process our mind, how we live our life prior to those things happening to us, will determine how we can respond. So if you are watching me at this moment or at any time, and you are going through any kind of issues, maybe you lost a loved one, you lost job, businesses closed, or you are grieving, or you are going through some traumatic experience. I want you to know this. I want you to know that no condition is permanent. You will bounce back. You see, failure is not final, it's just an event. Prior to the global crisis and the pandemic, most people think that once they work very hard, that their business and their life will turn out, just the way it is gonna turn out fine. But look at it, the global crisis, the pandemic struck, and a lot of people lost businesses. And the worst of it all, a lot of people lost loved ones. Nothing can ever prepare you for that. Nothing can ever prepare you for that. And then what happened, when things like this happen, people are left to pick up the pieces on their own. So, the main aim of this episode is just to give you an insight from my own personal experience on how you can deal with such issues of life. You know what? When things happen, when you face diverse challenges, when you go through the trials of life, when disaster struck, when all hope is lost, when you are left on your own, feeling isolated, feeling defeated, feeling like giving up, there is always a way out. It's not what matters, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that matters the most. This reminds me of a quote from William Shakespeare. He said, "There is nothing that is either good or bad, but there's nothing that is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Okay? Nothing that is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So, how you think about anything, how you process the information, how you respond to it is the absolute thing that matters the most. Someone once said, "It's good to revisit the past, but the past is not the best place to stay." When the chips are down, things have happened, you are faced with the situation. How you respond is what matters most. And my question to you is this. Imagine that the worst case scenario just happened. Something unexpected. Everyone's worst dream. How would you respond? Most of the time, people respond by resorting to self-destruction. That's they become angry, frustrated, they worry. And what happens is that this will spiral out of control. And in that state of mind, the negative emotions will overwhelm them, making them numb, unable to respond. And the next thing you know, they will resort to self-destruction, all forms of addiction, in order to cope with it. And you can never blame them, because life doesn't prepare you for the inevitables. It's so sad that we live in a world where too many people are too busy doing their own thing, living their life. It's only when things happen that you go through that experience, you go through that you go through the process, the grieving. And whilst you are going through this, maybe on your own, life still goes on. And that's why too many people are unable to cope, because you will see that life around you still goes on. The world does not stop and say, "Mr. or Mrs. Oh, we need to, the sun, the moon, nothing, the sun is not gonna shine, the moon will not come out again because you are grieving, so the whole world will wait for you." It doesn't happen that way. The world moves on. If you are in a job, the business moves on. So the question is, how do you deal with situations like this? So I would like to say this again to you. If you are going through challenging circumstances, you are going through tough situations at the moment, never give up. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. No condition is permanent, and failure is not final. Let me give you a bit of, heads up with regards to, why I decide to share this with you. I've kind of gone through a number of challenging situations. And personally, I think that the worst situation is losing somebody that is quite close to you. The first time I lost somebody close to me, a younger brother, was back in 2008. Coincidentally, that was also during the period of recession. So you can imagine the dynamics of emotions that plays out. Got a call, came back from work, no anticipation, last time I spoke to him, he was fine, we chatted and every other thing. All of a sudden I came back from work, got a call that your brother is no longer responding, that we are trying to resuscitate him. That's the paramedic, speaking to me. I wasn't there, I was in another city. He was living with the family in another city. Well, first thing is shock. What happened? We don't know yet. So when we call you back, let's concentrate and see whether we can resuscitate him. Probably 25-30 minutes later, got a call back. Your brother is dead. Now, nothing can prepare you for that. Absolutely nothing can prepare you for that. So, how do I process the information? First of all, I didn't believe that. So, I have to travel back there to see things for myself. And behold, my brother is already in the mortuary, dead. What happened? Not necessarily, they couldn't really explain. One of those things that can kill them. 1 in 100,000 people. Some funny stories anyway. But it's not really my main aim. The main aim is he is dead. And during the same period, the 2018, the recession kicked in the construction industry. So whilst I'm processing the information, whilst I'm going and grieving, I have to let family members know about this. I have to now start dealing with the funeral and so on and so forth. Tough. Then at work, facing challenges because businesses is trying to cope. Before you know it, went through some tough time. Like I say, business doesn't wait for you, which is could be very bad. And I want to use this opportunity to say that if you are an employer, be mindful, especially when your staff is close to you, that they are going through issues. Be mindful, empathize, show some concern. If they need some time off, give them some time off, support them. Okay, because that's very important. In my own case, it wasn't the case. So before I know it, redundancy and so on and so forth. So the whole thing compounded, and to deal with the situation, it was hard for me to deal with the situation. But after some time, I need to tell myself the truth that I have to pick up the pieces and start rebuilding my own life. So if you are listening to this, I know how it feels to lose someone close to you, lose job, businesses, or having to restart life again after you have gone through a lot of pains. But one thing I can tell you is this: no matter what happened, no matter what you have gone through, no matter what you are going through, you need to understand that if you are still alive, when I mean if you are still alive, if that thing did not consume you, you are pulling out from it. You will come out with stories, but you need to hang in there. You got to hang in there, because that's the most important thing. Your judgment is going to be clouded. Negative emotions will spring up. What are these negative emotions? Anxiety, fear, worry, stress, unable to do anything, you know. But you need to say to yourself, I'm coming out of this, and it's not gonna destroy me. When disaster struck, it can either make you and it can break you. But the decision is yours. So I will wrap this up at this point, and we will continue the discussion. In our next discussion, I want to give you 7 steps that has helped me to deal with negative emotions and overcome challenges. So I'm still your host, Clems, and I'm saying to you, keep on keeping on. Never ever give up. This life is precious, and you got a story, you got a unique story, because you are a masterpiece. You are created to deal with the situations that you are going through. See, those situations are part of what makes you who you are. So hang in there, and I will be coming back to you in the next episode. Thank you for listening, and I say, share up. Life can be better. Thank you.